Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I'm coming to you guys today with my team preparation video for my Week 7 matchup in the Orange League. This week we're going up against the Bhutan Beedrills. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description for the YouTube channel for the coach of the Bhutan Beedrills, Adam, aka TheBeesKnees. So please go check him out, check out his team prep video, and once this battle goes live, be sure to watch his side in addition to my side. But he's got a pretty cool team, I gotta say. He's got a tremendous amount of bulk on his team with a really good core of Venusaur, Heatran, Slowbro. Cofagrigus is a really bulky Pokemon that could potentially give our team trouble. Zapdos can be really bulky. Crocodile, Druddigon, Granbull. I've basically just named every member of his team. So it's going to be quite a challenge to handle him. Before I go any further, let me turn the volume down a little bit on this guy. Yeah, that's seeming pretty good. So anyway, we prepared a team to the best of our ability to counter his team. Really wanted to bring some Pokemon like Mew this week, but just couldn't find the room for it. Also leaving behind Togekiss, Uxie, Jirachi, and Mawile. But let's talk more about the people we are bringing. We're starting off with our Mega Blastoise. We are running Scald, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, Dark Pulse, Modest Nature with 124 speed EVs. This is going to outspeed, oh goodness, what was it? Crocodile, I believe, without any speed investment. So if he brings like a physically defensive Crocodile, this will outspeed. It outspeeds by like 3 points actually. In case he decides to like put 4 speed or 8 speed into his Crocodile, just try and speed creep, I can outspeed creep him. I'm going to use Blastoise this week, hopefully to put some giant holes into my opponent's team. I don't have a tremendous amount of wall breaking capability on my team, but Blastoise is definitely the best of the bunch. So he's got some really great coverage. I'm really hoping that Blastoise can put in the work this week. If Blastoise is unable to do so, we're going to rely on our Sonic to do the work. We're bringing Seed Flare, Earth Power, Air Slash, Rest with a Life Orb and Timid Nature 192. This outspeeds Crocodile, Max Speed, Jolly. I could have gone Max with Shaman to try and speed tie with Zapdos, but I don't really have a reason to stay in on Zapdos anyway, so there's no point in EVing to try and outspeed that. Seed Flare is going to hit the Slowbro for super effective damage, Earth Power is going to hit Heatran for super effective damage, Air Slash is going to hit Venusaur, and Heracross for super effective damage, so Sonic is going to be able to put in some nice work this week, or at least I'm really hoping so. I'm also going to be bringing my buddy Easy Bake this week, rocking a kind of an interesting set, Volt Switch, Pain Split, Reflect, Light Screen with Leftovers, Calm Nature, kind of a lot of special attack investment. This is going to be enough to OHKO a Greninja with a Volt Switch after Stealth Rock. Greninja's not going to be an amazing switch-in for Easy Bake, and Easy Bake's not really going to want to stay in on a Greninja, but that's kind of what we have the light screen for. If he tries to bring it in on a switch, predicting maybe a Will-O-Wisp or something like that, I can set up a light screen. With this investment, I'm not going to take a whole lot of damage from a Hydro Pump. I can go for a Volt Switch and take out a pretty scary member of his team. The light screen just in general is going to be really nice for getting in Leonardo and Sonic to, again, bust down his walls on his team. That's going to be pretty important, I think. And I put a little bit of speed in here, just in case he tries to speed creep with Heatran or something like that. Next up is Weezing. So we're bringing Weezing for the first time, and I'm pretty excited to see how this ends up working out. I'm going to bring Sludge Bomb, Pain Split, Toxic Spikes, and Destiny Bond. He's going to be rocking the Custap Berry. Custap Berry, I think, is going to be pretty nice. I mentioned he's got some really bulky capability on his team, and a really good way to take one of those bulky mons out is to simply go for something like Destiny Bond. Kill both of us, and I'll be one fewer member that I have to deal with, and I have to break down with the rest of my team. I'm going to bring up the Toxic Spikes as well to try and wear down his team. He does have the Venusaur, which could potentially soak up a Toxic Spikes, but to be honest, I don't really see him bringing the Venusaur because I've got 3 Psychic types on my team. But maybe he'll surprise me and he'll bring it, in which case I'm probably not going to be clicking Toxic Spikes. I am going to have to keep in mind that this is pretty much completely walled by Heatran. It's not pretty much, it is completely walled by Heatran. So, have to be sensitive about that. Next up, we have Wimaway, the Hippowdon with Stealth Rocks, Slack Off, Toxic, and Earthquake. Bringing a mix set this week to try and deal with Zapdos. A Life Orb, Modest, Zapdos. I don't think can 2-hit KOs with Hidden Power Ice with this set. So we can get up a Toxic on it, go for some Slack Off, stall him out a little bit. We're going to have to be a little sensitive of the pressure ability that Zapdos has, so we might have to switch into something like Easy Bake, which also does a really good job against Zapdos. Even if Zapdos brings something like Ancient Power, it's only going to do like 35% to Rotom, maybe 40%. And then if I get up the light screen, it's going to be doing even less. So this is going to be a good switch into Heracross, Crocodile. It'll be an okay switch into Heatran. Heatran can obviously burn us with something like Lava Plume, which isn't going to be great for us. But it can also come in on Hitmontop. Like I said, it can come in on Zapdos. So we're going to be relying on Wimaway a lot this week to hold up to some of his bulky offense. And last but not least, let me update this nickname. I'm going to be bringing a Choice Span set this week with Return, Crunch, Superpower, and Sleep Talk. Return does a lot of damage to everything on his team except for Heatran and Cofagrigus. So that's obviously why we are bringing Crunch for the Cofagrigus and Superpower for the Heatran. And the nice thing is that I don't even need to have Sand up to threaten those guys. I could just come in and pretty sure Crunch is a 2-hit KO on Cofagrigus, and Superpower is going to OHKO or 2-hit KO the Heatran. Sleep Talk's on there in case we can't get Sonic in on the Venusaur. Venusaur does kind of threaten Sonic with moves like Sludge Bomb anyway. So come in, absorb a Sleep Talk, and go for any one of these moves. They're going to do a lot of damage to lots of parts of his team. So pretty excited to use Buddy. Don't have a whole ton of speed on my team this week. We've got Sonic up at 312 speed, and Leonardo's got some speed investment. Statland obviously is very fast in the sand, but he just doesn't have a lot of threatening speed on his team. So I'm not all that worried about it. That maybe will come to bite me in the butt later on, but we'll have to see. I am expecting a couple of Mons from him. I'm expecting one thing I'm really scared of is Choice Scarf Crocodile. Because I have Pokemon like Mew and Jirachi on my team. I think that he can bring a Choice Scarf Crocodile and with Knockoff and Pursuit and expect to get some kills on me. He could be rocking out with the Moxie on that and do some good damage. I was really tempted to bring some other Mons to try and handle that, but I think between Weezing and Wimaway, we should be able to... Oh, I didn't nickname the Weezing either. Let me take care of that. There we go. Nope. James. Cool. Should be able to take care of that. And Sonic can probably take a hit if necessary, as long as it doesn't have too many Moxie boosts. If it does have a lot of Moxie boosts, we're bringing in Weezing. I almost put Endure on Weezing just to guarantee that we can get off that Destiny Bond. But if he goes for something like Knock Off and knocks off my Custap Berry, then I'm going to look pretty silly using Endure. I don't think he's going to bring Slowbro. He hasn't brought that once. He probably isn't going to bring... Or he could bring Mega Venusaur, but he might not. We'll have to see. He really loves Zapdos. He really loves Heatran. He really loves Greninja. Greninja could potentially be a problem for this team, but the nice thing is that it's got paper-thin defenses, unlike the rest of his team. So I think we can probably tank one Ice Beam from Greninja with Sonic, and then KO back with something like Seed Flare. And I don't think there's anything that he can really do to Leonardo. I probably ought to calc how much a Grass Knot does to Leonardo. And it's really, I guess it could pack Extra Sensory for James here, but it might not even do that much damage to James. So, anyway, just wanted to keep this under 10 minutes or so. We're going to be battling in just a minute here, so I want to thank you guys for watching, and please tune back for the matchup between us and the Bees Knees. And yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.